Hello, I'm Brian Fenley, and welcome to a brand new edition of our SVG Hazelden Betty Ford series, Families in Recovery. Today's topic, virtual recovery. How does it work? We are so pleased to be joined by two experts in the field. For 23 years until recently, Jerry Moe has been globally known as the National Director of the Children's Program at Betty Ford. And Carrie Bates, three-time Olympic gold medalist in swimming, currently the Senior Outreach Manager at Hazelden Betty Ford. Carrie is also a Betty Ford alum. Carrie, let's go to you first. When did Hazelden Betty Ford first offer these innovative new virtual services?
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Hazel and Betty Ford first launched a pilot project in 2019 for virtual outpatient services. And so when the pandemic hit us in 2020, we were able to successfully move over 1,500 patients nationally from our brick and mortar outpatient sites over to a virtual platform of care pretty seamlessly. And we're seeing fantastic results from that launch.
And if we put things into context, out of nowhere, here comes this pandemic that throws everybody and everything off kilter. We see an increase in alcohol sales. People are drinking more. Dramatic rise in drug overdose deaths. There's anxiety and depression, people dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, let alone just the trauma to try to navigate uncertain waters of a pandemic. But on top of that, there's isolation. People had to quarantine. And when there's isolation, all of the problems that I've talked about only fester and flourish as people are cut off from their support system of family and friends. At Hazelden Betty Ford, we're always trying to meet people where they're at. So here's virtual care, a safe place for understanding, connecting, accountability, and support.
Along those lines, and Carrie, back to you, what sort of success have you seen matriculating through these services?
Now that we've been at this and offering virtual services for over 2 years, we are able to produce some really solid outcome information. And what we're hearing from our patients is that they're extremely content and happy with the connections that they're making within their groups, with their one-on-one sessions with their individual counselors, as well as their mental health treatment provider as well. So what we're seeing is a higher, in some cases, a higher rate of engagement than we even historically get in our brick and mortar or face-to-face sites.
Virtual programs have been a lifesaver for so many. If you go to recoverygo.com, you'll see all of the Hazelden Betty Ford virtual programs, especially the family program. We know that addiction is a family disease. Everyone in the family gets affected by it. They're confused, they struggle, they're in pain. So here's a one-day program of education and support where participants learn about the disease of addiction and essential ways to take care of themselves and to cope positively. This is a program that's open to all people. You don't need to have someone in a Hazelden Betty Ford program in order to participate.
Jerry, I love how you talk about treating the entire family system, and that's something we believe so strongly in at Hazelden Betty Ford. For our patients, we're offering programming that goes anywhere from 4 days a week, 6 hours a day, all the way to one day a week, 1 hour a day. And that way we can help accommodate the needs of the patients directly. And many people think that when they complete their outpatient treatment with us, that their experience is done. But that's not true. We offer the Connections program, which is a phone-based coaching service that helps increase accountability and help with relapse prevention in that very early sensitive time of early recovery.
Carrie, so many programs we offer, so comprehensive. Let me speak briefly about the children's program for 7 to 12-year-olds. We know that boys and girls are the first hurt and the last helped. So here's a program of education, care, support, and fun. Let's allow children to simply be kids. In that program, they learn it's not their fault, they are not alone, and there are safe people and places that can help them. This is a 2-day program, 3 hours each day. open to all boys and girls who come from families that have been hurt by addiction.
Right, Jerry. And many thanks, guys, for taking the time to be with us today. And we look forward to joining you again soon for a continuation of this virtual recovery discussion. Our next topic, virtual recovery, who's it for?